Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Welcome into the Steelers Talk Live Show. I am your host, Jack Sperry, here on a Thursday. And we got some great Steelers content coming your way here over the next hour or so. Coop, you can stop waving your towel, man. It's okay. It's okay, man.
I'm just excited for the game.
Are you stuck in a rut? You just not gonna stop until we beat the Ravens?
Let's go.
How you doing, Coop, man?
I am well. A little bit of an off week because we're playing on Saturday, so my days are all mixed up. I kept thinking today was Thursday because we were going live. But that means we're still closer.
Oh, that's right. I said Thursday. It's Wednesday afternoon, man.
It is Wednesday. It is the middle of the week for most people. But we're ready for this game, man. It's going to be a really, really good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, man. On Saturday, we will be going live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you guys join us. But today, we are going live here. We got 74 people watching live. There's going to be more people trickling in here before we get into our first segment, where we're going to be talking about the latest news and rumors surrounding the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got an NFL insider saying that the Steelers should sign Kirk Cousins instead of bringing back Russell Wilson next year. Yeah, we're talking insider here. We'll talk about who that is here in just a second. A top wide receiver prospect in the NFL draft next year was linked to the Steelers. And then we'll talk about if Justin Fields will return to the Pittsburgh Steelers as a backup next year or even as a starter. Then we'll get into our AFC Playoff Primer. So right now, the AFC Playoff Picture is kind of set. Seems like all 7 teams are really solidifying themselves right now. So I'm going to tell you why I think the Steelers can beat all 6 of the teams that are currently in the AFC Playoff Picture and why I think the Steelers have a pretty decent chance of being crowned AFC champions this year with Russell Wilson, TJ Watt, Mike Tomlin, and the like. But first, this weekend, man, trying to get a t-shirt and a hat here, trying to be division champs, and all the Steelers have to do this weekend is beat the Ravens again. We're going to be going live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Koopa, that's like the same exact time that your Longhorns are playing. So
what a joke!
So we're going to be cheering for your Longhorns as well as cheering for the Steelers to lock up the division against those dreaded Ratbirds. Again, guys, we're going to be having multiple Super Chat promotions, lots of fun stuff during that show, so make sure you join us on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time for that live watch party. Now, before we get into the content today, I do want to tell you guys about our sponsor today at Game Time. And Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season, and that means you bring people together at live events. The experience is that much better. And by the way, if you still haven't gotten the perfect gift for somebody in your life, Game Time is perfect for last-minute gifts because, I mean, you can really make somebody's holiday getting them a pair of tickets to a live event that they want to go see, whether that's a sporting event, whether that's a concert, whether that's a comedy show, whatever the case may be. You guys can get some great last-minute tickets with our friends at Game Time. And Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. All you have to do, guys, is select the Game Time Picks button at the top of the screen when you click into an event you want to go see, and Game Time automatically filters their entire database of tickets to find you the best deals, the best prices, the best seats for you and your family so that you guys can get the best deals. What I love about the Game Time app and why you guys should get the Game Time app today is that you get the lowest price guarantee on any ticket to any event, so you don't have to shop around for the lowest prices. You're always going to find them on Game Time. Also, you get all-in pricing so you don't get slapped with the crazy fee at checkout, and you also get flash deals. So if you wait to the last minute to get your tickets, you can get even lower prices. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS. It's one word, all caps, CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. So if you guys want to get on the show today, if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you want to just get on the show, if you want to talk about Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Mike Tomlin, you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about, if you want to get right on screen next to me here, all you have to do is send in a super chat. The way that you do that, guys, is you select the money sign that's close to the live chat there, put in a dollar amount, and you send it in. So really do appreciate all the people that super chat. On today's promotion on the live show, guys, we've been doing the naughty or nice list, but you know what? I wanted to give the people that watched this live show a little bit of an extra boost.
You want it to be like Santa.
Yeah, we wanted to be like Santa today. So before, if you landed on the naughty list, you didn't get a raffle ticket for the watch party for the jersey raffle that we do every week. But this time, if you put in a $10 donation, no matter what, you are going to get a raffle ticket, at least one. So if you're on the naughty list, you get one ticket. But if you get on the nice list, you get 3 raffle tickets for the jersey raffle on Saturday. All right, so if you want to get ahead of the curve here and get 3 raffle tickets before we even start the watch party on Saturday, this is your opportunity to do so. Send in that $10 super chat or Venmo or Cash App or PayPal, and we'll spin the wheel for you guys. So if you want to send in your donation via Venmo, that is kind of our preferred option there, Coop. And by the way, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go double tickets. I'm going to go double tickets for Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal today. So if you're on the nice list, you get 6 raffle tickets for the jersey. If you go Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, you guys can find us here at Jack-Sperry on Venmo, # Captain Jack 19 on Cash App, or at Captain Jack Rabbit on PayPal. The reason why we ask for Venmo and the reason why we give you guys double the raffle tickets for using these platforms is because YouTube takes 30% of every single super chat you send in, so we get to keep more of the money and more of the proceeds when you guys send in your donations via these channels. So really do appreciate your guys' support.
Not only is Christmas next Wednesday, do you know what also is next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday?
Yep.
I mean, it's Steelers-Chiefs, of course.
And?
I don't know.
Hanukkah?
Start of Hanukkah. That's right. The start of Hanukkah is next Wednesday as well. So if you guys didn't know, Coop's Jewish, so he'll be celebrating Hanukkah.
I do a little bit of both because my step-parents are on the Christian side.
Gotcha.
My regular parents are on the Jewish side, so we're a little melting pot.
So you're kind of like the kids in Ricky Bobby, where you're like,
that is correct.
two Christmases. Anyway, guys, I want to give a big shout out here to our Black Diamonds. These are the people that have put in at least $500 on a singular Steelers talk stream. Coop's going to roll through all the graphics. As you guys can see, if you're a Black Diamond, you get your very own Super Chat sticker that we show on screen every time you Super Chat. Also, you guys get a jersey that we wear during our watch parties, a Black Diamond jersey. So if you guys want to join Black Diamond Club today, it's $500 to join. I know it's a lot of money, but sometimes Platinum 666, sometimes Kurgan Cold, sometimes others donate stickers. So if you're always in the chat, if you're always watching our live shows, if you're liking the videos, if you're subscribed to the channel, that's the people that we give Black Diamond memberships to, guys. So if you want to get in on the action, make sure you're supporting the channel. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next Steelers Talk Black Diamond. Get those F Sperrys in the chat because I still need to get to a lot of your stickers. I apologize, but I'm going to try to get to some of them this weekend.
We got one more.
While I'm talking
there
about,
it is.
There we go. So big shout out to our latest Black Diamonds: Christine Miller, Thick Klappa, Unknown, Mason, Engelby, Wolf Vane, Captain Ford Guns, and Troy Abuga. You guys could be next.
Shout out, legends.
Really do appreciate your guys' support. We got our first Venmo of the day here. Somebody wants to see if they're naughty or nice here, Coop.
Ooh, nicey.
So I'll send this your way.
Sounds good.
And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, guys, I put out my weekly NFL power rankings, my weekly quarterback index, and then also just daily Steelers content on my X account. I'm actually one follower away from, I believe it's 3,300. I think I'm at 3,299. So if we could get to 3,300 today, that'd be fantastic, guys. If you want Steelers and NFL content on Twitter, that's where you guys can find me at Jack_Sperry. And we also have a brand new Steelers Talk Instagram account where we put all of our short form content. So if you want a daily blast of Steelers short form content from us outside of this YouTube channel, you guys can find us at Steelers CS. Our first Venmo of the day comes in from Lil Slush. Let's go. Isn't Lil Slush a Black Diamond?
Lil Slush is.
Lil Slush is a Black Diamond, so we need to get his sticker on there. I don't think he has a I think it's just the gold club sticker for now. But Lil Slush, we appreciate you, man. We'll spin the wheel for you, see how many raffle tickets you get for this weekend here before we get into the first segment of the day. I want to give a shout out here to all the people in the chat. We got over 100 in the chat right now. We got Bradley Staley, we got Brian03, we got Troy Abuga, we got Zion Peterson, Offsides Edits, Lil Slush, Aaron Watson, Sidharth. I'm not even gonna. I'm sorry, dude. I just know I'm gonna mispronounce that. But Sidharth, I'm probably mispronouncing your first name, but I appreciate you. John Stevenson. We've got. Who else is in the chat here? Christian Anduhari's here. Michael Hansen's here. Young Noticeable is here. Pittsburgh Steelers fan 8.
All right, Lil Slush.
All right, Lil Slush, let's see if you're naughty or nice. If it lands on naughty, it's just one raffle ticket. But if it lands on nice, he gets 3 for Saturday's watch party. Spin that wheel, Coop. Let's see.
Oh, that's a good spin.
It's a good spin right there.
Uh-oh.
Who's got? Uh-oh, it's a good. Oh, no. Lil Slush, you've been naughty this year, my friend. So you get 1 raffle ticket, but if you put in another 10, we'll spin the wheel for you guys again if you want. But for now, it's just 1 raffle ticket for you, Lil Slush.
Sorry,
we appreciate
Lil
you, though. So Cassie just sent me a message here. I want to see. Yes, so Offsides edits. Apparently, we have his name spelled wrong in the Black Diamond graphics.
We'll fix it.
So we'll fix it. So sorry about that, Offsides edits. All right, guys, if you want a shout out on the show, spam those me's in the live chat right now. Coop, could you actually do me a quick favor? Could you go grab my water that I left on my desk, please?
Sure. Do you need your charger?
Because I got my charger. I just need my water. My throat's gonna get poached. It's gonna get parched here if I don't have my water. So get those.
Your throat.
So you gotta coat the throat. That's right. Spam those me's in the chat if you want a shout out. I want to see all the real ones that are in the chat right now. We got Michael Hansen, Steelers fan 2010. We've got Tristan White. Tristan is coming to us from work. Nothing better than a little Steelers talk break at work. We got Offsides edits. We got James C. We got John Stevenson, Lil Slush. We got Jacob Wizerack. What's up, Jacob? Good to see you. We got Young Noticeable in here. We got John Gamrod. W. Travis is spamming those me's. Shout out to W. Travis. We got Robert Derringer, Josh McMurdo, Ali the Reaper's here. What's up, Ali? Good to see you. We got Nicolo Mayer, Solo P, Christian Andujar. Christian says, I can't believe the Browns folded Mahomes like a lawn chair last Sunday. I mean, the Chiefs kind of folded the Browns last Sunday, honestly. By the way, the Chiefs' offensive line is not very good at all. We're going to be talking about that in our second segment a little bit today, but I think the Steelers and their pass rush is really well equipped to beat the Kansas City Chiefs this year. We'll talk about that later in the show. But we're going to get into our first segment here momentarily. Our latest Steelers news and rumors, talking a little Kirk Cousins, talking a little Justin Fields, talking a little Luther Burden III today. Lots of good stuff. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Look at, oh, no way. Okay, so let's get into our first segment here, Coop. News and rumors for the Pittsburgh Steelers is coming at you guys right now. By the way, make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon. I want to see 50 likes on this video by the end of the first segment. If we get there, I'm going to pick one lucky person in the chat, and we're going to spin the naughty or nice wheel for that one person, all right? So I want to see 50 likes on this video before the end of the first segment. If we get there, we'll do a free naughty or nice spin. Without further ado, let's get into the news and rumors segment right now. Welcome into Steelers Talk. I'm your host, Jack Sperry, and today we got a bunch of Steelers news and rumors to cover right here on the show. First up, we're going to be talking about an NFL insider that says the Pittsburgh Steelers should do what they did with Russell Wilson this year and bring in Kirk Cousins when he gets released by the Atlanta Falcons next offseason for dirt cheap. We'll break down that rumor here at the top of today's show. Then we'll get into a top wide receiver draft prospect that has been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers as an ideal fit for Pittsburgh's offense. Then we'll finish up today's show with why I think Justin Fields may be back with the Pittsburgh Steelers next year as QB2. Now, before we get into the content today, I want to let you guys know that we only have 5 channels here at Chat Sports that have over 72,000 subscribers. And here at Steelers Talk, we are so close to joining that exclusive club here at Chat Sports. If you're new watching our show here and you want to help us get to that 72,000 subscriber mark, we are just over 350 subscribers away from that milestone. If you guys don't know, we provide you guys free and informative Steelers content every single day, so you're always stay informed on the whereabouts of this football team. We also have live shows every Monday and every Thursday, and we also go live for every single Steelers game, and we have breaking news coverage for you guys whenever they make a big move. So if you want to click that subscribe button right now to never miss a big Steelers story and help us go into the elite of the Chat Sports channels here at this company. Make sure you click that subscribe button and do me a favor today. Okay, now let's get into our first rumor of the day here, which surrounds Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins, who was recently benched by the Atlanta Falcons for rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. after his numbers really started to fall off a cliff here in the second half of the 2024 season. You take a look at Kirk Cousins' numbers here throughout the last 4 seasons, and he's had some good production, especially in the years when he was with the Minnesota Vikings there from 2021 through 2023. Only 8 games played in 2023 thanks to an Achilles tear, and then this year, the numbers, the completion percentage is fine, but just about everything else is starting to take a dip. He has the same amount of touchdowns this year as he had in 8 games last year with the Minnesota Vikings, so the production has certainly dipped, and he's thrown a lot more interceptions this year than he traditionally does. He has more interceptions in 14 games this year than he had in 17 with the Vikings back in 2022. So Cousins has certainly had a down year after getting paid that massive contract to go to Atlanta. And Mike Florio, who's very close with Kirk Cousins, by the way, in his camp, thinks that the Pittsburgh Steelers should consider bringing in Kirk Cousins to be their starting quarterback for the 2025 season because Russell Wilson is going to be too expensive. This is what Mike Florio had to say on Cousins to Pittsburgh. Think about this. They've got Justin Fields under contract for the rest of the year. They've got Russell Wilson under contract for the rest of the year. They got both for nothing. Like their entire quarterback depth chart was making less money than Mason Rudolph was last year. And actually this year, I think Mason Rudolph is actually making more with the Titans this year than the entire quarterback room in Pittsburgh. If you can do this again and you can bring Kirk Cousins to run your offense and play Steelers football with Arthur Smith, we'd like to get a long-term franchise quarterback. We haven't found one yet, so apparently Russ isn't a franchise quarterback, according to Mike Florio. So let's just get a guy who dollar for dollar is a hell of a value. So listen, man, Cousins has a no trade clause in his contract with the Atlanta Falcons. So if they want to trade him to like the Tennessee Titans, who have like the worst offensive line in football, he can say no. And there's a lot of teams that I think Kirk would say no to, and I think it's going to end up being the case here, kind of like Derek Carr with the Raiders a couple of years ago, where he's just going to say, I'm not going to accept a trade to anywhere, so you're just going to have to cut me here. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. I think Atlanta will eventually cut Kirk Cousins. He will become a free agent, and he'll be free to sign with whoever he wants. And, kind of like Russell Wilson with the Denver Broncos last year, he's going to be paid by the team that just gets rid of him, because if Atlanta cuts Kirk Cousins this next offseason, they take on $65 million in dead cap. All right, so Kirk Cousins might be like, you know what, I'm later in my career, I want to try to go win a Super Bowl. He might have a similar kind of mentality as Russell Wilson had this previous offseason, and he may be very interested in joining the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if the Steelers like not paying their quarterback anything, they might be interested in a guy like Kirk Cousins, just like they were interested in Russell Wilson when they could get him for the veteran minimum this year. And honestly, I could definitely see Kirk Cousins sign for the veteran minimum because he will be getting taken care of by the Atlanta Falcons next year, whether he plays for them or not. And it certainly sounds like he will not be on that football team. So if the Steelers really want to fleece another like high-end or former high-end starting quarterback on a vet minimum contract and keep all of their defensive players and re-sign guys like Dan Moore Jr., Landon Roberts, Najee Harris, all the free agents that they have this year, they could go the Kirk Cousins route if they want to try and take another risk on an aging quarterback on a vet minimum deal. And you got to remember here, Mike Florio is close with the Cousins camp. So the fact that he's putting this out there and specifically saying, Steelers, go get Kirk Cousins, I'm thinking that Kirk's camp might be telling Florio, hey, we would love to go to Pittsburgh and be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers next year. So now you make the call. If you're the GM of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which guy would you rather sign? Would you rather sign Kirk to a 1-year veteran minimum contract type KC, or would you rather sign Russell Wilson to a long-term contract, which is likely going to cost the team at least $30 to $40 million per season for multiple years? Type RW if you want to keep Russ, or type KC if you'd rather get Kirk for dirt cheap. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. And when that happens, take advantage of that time. But let me know which deal you would rather take. For me personally, guys, it's not even a discussion. I am bringing back Russell Wilson. You guys, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you knew that I was on the Russell Wilson train. ever since going back to last March, all right? I have been somebody that has advocated for the Steelers to sign Russell Wilson. I advocated for the Steelers to start Russ over Justin Fields, even when many people thought Fields was the answer. And now I'm advocating for the Steelers to sign Russ to a multi-year contract that will keep him in Pittsburgh for the next 2 to 3 seasons as this team's QB1. And the reason why that is because Kirk Cousins, yes, formerly really good quarterback, very productive quarterback, in a pretty similar offense to what Arthur Smith runs, if I'm being honest with you. But his arm is completely shot. We've seen that this year. We saw it kind of like with Big Ben in the later portion of his career, where by the end of the season, he wasn't really able to throw the ball with as much power as he was earlier in the season. That's exactly what happened to Kirk Cousins this year. All right, I still think Russell Wilson has a better arm than Kirk Cousins. I think he's a better improviser out of structure than Kirk Cousins is. And right now there's continuity with Russell Wilson that I don't want to risk losing by bringing in another veteran quarterback in Kirk Cousins. So that's what I would rather do, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you would rather do. And coming up here on Steelers Talk, we got a top wide receiver prospect in the 2025 NFL Draft that has been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers as an ideal fit by Bleacher Report. So before I let you guys know who that is, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Game Time, which is focused on togetherness this holiday season. And what that means is that when you bring people together at live events, whether it's a sporting event, whether it's a concert, whether it's a comedy show, the experience is just that much better when people go together. And really, guys, if you get a gift for somebody, if you haven't gotten a gift for somebody in your life yet, Game Time is the perfect outlet for you because you can get tickets right now and you can get that gift for that person right now before Christmas. And it's an awesome gift, man. You're really going to make that person's holiday if you get them Steelers tickets, if you get them a concert ticket, if you get them a ticket to go see a comedy show for their favorite comedian. You guys name it, you guys can make it happen. So Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. And what I love about using the Game Time app in general, guys, is you get the lowest price guarantee on any ticket to any event. You also get all-in pricing right up front so you don't get slapped with the crazy fee at checkout. And you guys can also get flash deals if you wait long enough. And if you get tickets like right before the event starts, you can get even lower price tickets than the already lowest price guarantee on every single ticket that they have on their platform. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. It's just for the first purchase, guys. Again, create an account and redeem code ChatSports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. So the receiver I was alluding to earlier here is Luther Burden III out of Missouri. Now, if you've been following anything about the NFL draft this year, you know Burden is one of the highly touted receiver prospects that is going to be available in this spring's NFL draft in 2025. And Bleacher Report has listed Pittsburgh among the ideal fits for Burden's skill set in their most recent article written by Brett Soblensky. This is what he had to say about the Missouri Tiger prospect. As a true sophomore, Burden was one of college football's top performers, period. Even when Missouri hosted the LSU Tigers, the former's top target was arguably the game's best player, even with 2 future first-round wide receivers in Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. on the field. Burden caught 86 passes for 1,212 yards during the campaign, which placed him into the top 5 prospect conversation entering the season. Yet the wide receiver barely eclipsed half of the yardage and simply disappeared in certain contests. Not everything falls on Burden, of course, but the NFL will want the previous version. So listen, man, I would love to draft Luther Burden III and make him a Pittsburgh Steeler. I mean, look at that. He's already wearing the black and gold. Might as well just make that transition from a yellow helmet to a black helmet and become a Pittsburgh Steeler, right? I mean, he's just so talented, so good after the catch, so explosive off the jump there, and he's got some really great body control, and he can make some really great catches down the sideline. Perfect to pair with a guy like Russell Wilson, who likes to throw those deep balls. I think it's a perfect complement to George Pickens, who's more of a true traditional X receiver. Burden can play the role of the traditional Z receiver on the other side, and he could be a dominant route runner for this offense moving forward. That is, if the Steelers can get him. And unfortunately, I don't think that he's going to make it to wherever the Pittsburgh Steelers are drafting. I'm somebody that believes the Steelers will win at least one playoff game this year, which is going to put them in the mid to late 20s in terms of where they're going to be drafting in the first round. I don't think Burden falls that far. Now, is it possible that Omar Khan trade up? I mean, it's absolutely possible. He traded up for Broderick Jones, right? He's not afraid to trade up especially in the first round, for somebody that he absolutely loves. And you take a look at some of the upcoming team needs for Pittsburgh. They're probably going to take care of the quarterback situation in free agency, most likely with Russell Wilson. Then the running back situation, who knows? They might bring back Najee Harris. They might get somebody in free agency. And plus, if they don't get a running back in round 1, they can get a starting caliber running back in the later rounds. They don't have to take one in round 1. Wide receiver, they might be addressing it here. And then cornerback, they can bring back Dante Jackson. They feel pretty good with what they have at corner next year. So if all the other needs are kind of taken care of before the NFL draft, and that's certainly possible, I wouldn't mind Omar Khan, cobbling up together some picks to move up if Luther Burden falls to like 16, 17, 15, somewhere around that range. I wouldn't mind moving up a couple of spots there if I'm Omar Khan to pick somebody that could be a true game changer in year 1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the way I think Luther Burden III could be a game changer for this offense next year. So let me know down there in the comments section, and let me know down below this video. Do you believe in the con artist? If you do, like the video for me right now. I certainly believe in Omar Khan. I didn't think he did the best job handling the receiver position this season necessarily, but I think in future seasons it's going to be a major point of emphasis for him, and I still have a high degree of belief in him. If you're with me on that and you still believe in the con artist, click that thumbs up icon right now and like today's video. So the final topic on today's show is whether Justin Fields is going to return to the black and gold next year as this team's backup quarterback, or maybe even the starting quarterback for this team. And the more I look at the quarterback landscape around the National Football League, the more I do think Fields could potentially return as this team's QB2 backup quarterback here in Pittsburgh for 2025. You take a look at his stats when he was starting this year. So in 6 games started, 65.8% completion percentage. That is way above his career average. He had 139.2 total yards per game, so that includes rushing and passing. That's honestly not very good. But then he had the 10 total touchdowns. He had 5 rushing touchdowns in those 6 games. And then he had a combined 7 interceptions and fumbles. 6 fumbles, led the National Football League while he was starting. And then he had just the 1 interception. But to be fair, there were a couple of dropped interceptions, and that number could have been probably higher than it ended up being. But at the end of the day here, guys, the Steelers were 4-2 as a team when Justin Fields was their starter, and they even beat playoff caliber teams. They beat teams like the Falcons, who still might make the playoffs. They beat the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers, 2 teams that will most likely be making the playoffs in the AFC, and that was with Justin Fields as their quarterback. And there were some people that were just absolutely panning Mike Tomlin for switching to Russell Wilson because Justin Fields was starting 4-2 as the starting quarterback of this team. So there's certainly reason to believe that some teams might say, hey, this guy was 4-2 with the Steelers. He could be a viable option for us, especially because he's a dynamic rusher. And you take a look at the quarterback needy teams that, I'm kind of projecting for the 2025 offseason. It's looking like the Raiders and Giants are going to be taking rookie quarterbacks, so you can kind of take Fields off of their list. Then you got Tennessee, Indianapolis, New York, and Cleveland. But honestly, those 4 teams I'm not too sure about either, because I think Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins are probably going to be going somewhere, whether that's back with Minnesota in Darnold's case, or whether that's Kirk Cousins going somewhere else like the New York Jets or Cleveland Browns. And then I'm thinking Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson might even return to be the quarterbacks of those respective teams. Right now, Aaron Rodgers is not on a very high cap hit, and he's been playing better as of late, so the Jets might decide to keep him. And then Deshaun Watson's got a massive dead cap hit if they decide to release him or trade him next offseason, so the Browns might run it back one more year with Deshaun Watson, which would be absolutely hilarious, by the way. But then you look at Justin Fields. I'm just not sure if there's many places that would say, yes, Justin Fields, we're going to give you multiple years to come and be our starting quarterback and not have any competition. I just don't see many teams doing that this offseason. Now, it's certainly possible a team like Tennessee, a team like Indianapolis, maybe a New York Jets would give him a call and say, hey, we'll give you a chance to compete. But honestly, guys, I would love for the Pittsburgh Steelers to run it back with the quarterback room they have now. Having Justin Fields as your backup quarterback is a massive luxury with that Fields package, and I think that the tutorship that he gets under Russell Wilson is really good for his career. If he's ever going to develop into a legit starting option as a starting quarterback in this league, I think it's going to be with more than 1 year under his belt with learning from Russell Wilson. I think this would be great for both players, and I think it would be great for the Pittsburgh Steelers if he wants to come back to Pittsburgh. So what is the percent chance that Justin Fields is on the Steelers next year? Let me know down there in the comments section. Put it on a scale of 0 to 100 for me. 0 meaning no chance he's going to be back next year, to 100 meaning he's definitely going to be back next year. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comments section. Now, for me personally, guys, I think it's slightly more than 50%. All right, like I talked about, I think, there's going to be a very, Kirk Cousins going to end up going somewhere. Sam Darnold's going to end up going somewhere. I think Rodgers and Watson could very likely be back with their respective teams. I just don't see many open spots for Justin Fields to fit into. Now, maybe something changes. Maybe something happens there where he gets an opportunity to compete for a starting job. But honestly, I think Justin's going to read the tea leaves here and say, hey, man, my best opportunity is to return to Pittsburgh, learn under Russell Wilson for another year or two, and then I'm going to try and get my starting job elsewhere in a couple of seasons. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really do appreciate all of your guys' support. We got more Steelers content coming your way here throughout the week, and of course, it's all going to culminate in our watch party on Saturday evening when the Steelers play the Ravens, and if the Steelers win, they'll be crowned AFC North champions, so you're not going to want to miss that one, guys. Make sure you click that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, here we go, Steelers. All right, next up here, Coop, we got the AFC Playoff Primer. I'm going to be breaking down all 6 of the likely AFC playoff teams, and I'm going to tell you how the Steelers stack up with those teams. I feel pretty darn good. about the Steelers' chances against a lot of these playoff teams. And right now, we got 150 people in the chat. We got 68 likes. So I told you guys, if we got the 50 likes, I would give one lucky person a free naughty or nice spin. So type those me's in the chat right now if you want that free naughty or nice spin. Just a reminder, guys, that $10 donations today will spin the naughty or nice wheel for you. If you get on the nice list, you get 3 raffle tickets for the jersey raffle on Saturday during our watch party. If you're on the naughty list, you still get a ticket. That's just 1 raffle ticket. All right, so if you guys want to get those $10 donations in, I'd greatly appreciate it. Spam those me's in the chat if you want the naughty or nice spin. We got Troy Abuga, we got James C., Kevin Reed, Morgan Hoover. We've got Steven, Kyle, James, Tim, Christian, Steven, Josh. You know what, man? I'm going to give this free naughty or nice spin to Kevin Reed. I'm going to give this one to Kevin Reed. Kevin's been a big time and a long time watcher of our show. I feel like he deserves a naughty or nice spin. Coop, are we ready to spin this wheel here, or are you still...
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Okay, cool. So, Kevin, we will spin the wheel for you here in just a second. And don't forget, guys, we will be getting into our next segment here momentarily. But right now we're sitting at 75 likes. I'll say this, guys. Every 50 likes that we get on the show, we'll do a free naughty or nice spin. All right, so if we can get to 100 likes, we'll pick another person for a naughty or nice spin. And then if you want to guarantee your spot here and you want to do a naughty or nice spin guaranteed for yourself, you guys can put in a $10 super chat or a $10 Venmo, and we'll spin the wheel for you as well. Coop's got a little something to take care of here. We got Troy Phillip Abuga in the chat right now. We got Young Noticeable, Aaron Derrick. We got Wicked. Wicked says, don't want anything from Justin Fields haters. They will eat their words in the future. I mean, I really hope Justin Fields eventually becomes what I thought he was going to be when he was drafted out of Ohio State. I had him ranked over Trevor Lawrence. I had him ranked as my number 1 quarterback in that class that year. So, I was a big believer in Justin Fields. And, I'm willing to acknowledge the faults that he has in his game. All right, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's a great mental processor. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he has great accuracy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he throws with touch regularly over the middle of the field. Justin Fields has his faults, but he does a lot of stuff really well as well. And, he's definitely a really high-end backup right now. So I can certainly say that. Just got a Venmo here as well, Coop.
Sounds good. Good luck to you, Kevin.
Kevin Reed, let's spin the wheel for you. See if you're naughty or nice. If he gets into the nice, he gets 3 raffle tickets. If he gets in the naughty, it's just 1. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Go Wheel.
Come on.
Boo.
Boo. Sorry, Kevin. It's just one raffle ticket, but hey, you're in the raffle for Saturday. And by the way, it's $20 to get into the raffle on Saturdays, guys.
So it's 10 right here.
I mean, it's half off right now.
So we got a little slush.
It's half off to get into the raffle if you put your money in right now, guys. Because on Saturday, it's going to cost you $20 to get in.
We got another Venmo here that we'll get to.
Just got a Venmo that we'll get up here in just a second. I also said for every 50 likes, we'll give away a naughty or nice spin to somebody in the chat. So we're at 82 likes. We need 18 more likes to give away another one. Morgan Hoover coming in with a $10 super chat. We'll put Morgan up on screen momentarily. But first, Pittsburgh fan 412 coming in with a $10 Venmo. Pittsburgh fan 412, it's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday. Now let's spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel for Pittsburgh fan 412 here, man.
Did he have a message?
Did he have a message? He said, here we go, Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. All right, here we go. Spinning the wheel again.
Good luck.
Good luck to you, Pittsburgh fan 412. Let's see. Oh, it's looking like he's been nice this year. Pittsburgh fan 412. That's 3 raffle tickets for you. Let's go, man. If there's anybody that deserves to be on the nice list, it's Pittsburgh fan 412, man. He's been awesome this year.
There is no doubt about it.
There we go, PF 412. 3 raffle tickets for you. And then we got Morgan Hoover coming in with a $10 super chat. Says, let's get after Lamar on Sunday. Couldn't agree more, Morgan. Saturday. Yeah,
Don't forget Morgan.
Hey, remember, it's going to be Saturday. And we're going to be going live at 3:30 on Saturday, Morgan. So make sure you join us for our live watch party. Because hopefully the Steelers will be crowned AFC North champions by Saturday night.
Get a little t-shirt hat action.
A little t-shirt and hat game action. You know, you got to love it. All right, Morgan. Or actually, let's show this one first. We're going to do 2 wheel spins because we got Timmy Locklear with a $10 super chat. Timmy.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. We're going to spin the wheel twice. 1 for Morgan, 1 for Timmy. We're going to see if they're on the naughty or nice list here, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Here we go. And it's off. And let's see. Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh,
Morgan. Morgan, I'm so sorry. You're on the naughty list. I don't know what you've been doing, but apparently it's been pretty naughty. So you got 1 raffle ticket for Saturday's game. Make sure you join us at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Timmy, let's see if you've been naughty or nice. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be close again. No. Oh, man. So I think that I think Pittsburgh fan 412 has been the only one that's been nice, right? I think we've only had 1 person that's been nice this entire show.
What are you gents doing out there in your free time?
I mean, I know that Steelers fans can get rowdy at times, but not naughty.
No.
I mean, I don't know what you guys have been doing. But
they're not like Browns fans.
But you know what, Timmy? I appreciate you. Usually it takes $20 to get into the raffle on Saturdays. You just got a raffle ticket for half off, man. So, hey, that's a pretty good deal if you ask me, even if you're on the nice list or on the naughty list, I should say. Okay, Coop, are we ready to get into this next video here?
Give me
or do you
one
need a second
to set up the opening here real quick.
Sounds good. So we got Eric Dexter in here. What's up, Eric? We got Pickens Prods telling people to like the stream. We're 10 likes away here from giving away another naughty or nice spin here. But guys, by the way, we got 155 people watching.
Help us get there.
Bradley Staley says, draft a young, big-bodied wide receiver. I mean, I wouldn't mind a big-bodied receiver, but here's the thing. George Pickens is a big-bodied receiver.
Yes, he is.
You know, like you don't necessarily need to get a guy with a big body, Like, you got that big body guy on the sideline. If you can draft, even a smaller guy. I don't know if I want a tiny guy like Calvin Austin III, but I want maybe, if they drafted somebody like a Luther Burden, who's kind of like a mid-size kind of receiver, I wouldn't mind that at all, especially if they block their ass off in the run game and the effort is high. I wouldn't mind it too much, all right? Especially if they're a great route runner, if they get open, if they can be a reliable option for Russ on third downs. That's what I would be in favor of. Set
this one here.
So coming up here in just a second, guys, we're going to get into the AFC Playoff Primer, where I'm going to be breaking down all 6 of the other teams that are slated to make the AFC playoffs this year. And I'm going to tell you why I think the Steelers can beat all 6 of them if they play them in a playoff game, and why I think the Steelers' chances of winning not only one playoff game, but winning the entire conference and going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans this year is not as far-fetched as you might think. All right, so we're going to get into that here in just a second once Coop gets our graphics all lined up and ready here. We got another $10 super chat.
We'll get into that one.
After?
Do you want to do it now or after?
We can do it now. We got another 10.
We'll get into them both.
So we'll get them. So we do have 2 super chats. Morgan and John put in $10 super chats. So guys, make sure you stick around to the end of this next segment because we're going to do your wheel spins after this next segment, all right? So get your $10 super chats in. We're at 95 likes right now. If we get to 100 likes, we will give away another one for free, all right? So we'll finish up today's show with some wheel spins. But without further ado here, let's get into our second and final segment right now. The Steelers AFC North Primer. Coop, are we good on this?
Yep, I just need to change this L3. And then we're good. All right, let's do it.
Sounds good. Let's get into it right now. The AFC Primer for your Pittsburgh Steelers is coming at you right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers are heading to the postseason yet again here in 2024. But there's definitely some good teams in the AFC this year. And the big question on every Steelers fan's mind is, all right, we're back in the playoffs, but can we win a damn playoff game? Well, I'm going to be breaking down today all 6 of the other projected AFC wildcard and divisional leaders here, where we got the Kansas City Chiefs, we've got the Buffalo Bills, we've got the Houston Texans, the Baltimore Ravens, the Denver Broncos, and the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to be breaking down each and every one of those 6 teams, and I'm going to tell you why the Steelers can beat all 6 of those teams and why the Steelers can be AFC Conference champions when this season kind of sorts itself out here during the month of January. Welcome into Steelers Talk. I am your host, Jack Sperry. We're going to be breaking it all down for you guys right here on today's Steelers Talk Primer for the AFC playoffs. But before we get into the content today, make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon if you haven't already. If you want this team to finally get over the hump here and get that monkey off their back and finally deliver a playoff win to the city of Pittsburgh. It's been a little while here, especially for the standards of this fan base. So if you want to get that elusive playoff victory, click that thumbs up icon right now. So I think that the most likely wild card opponents for the Steelers this year, if they end up getting what it looks like they're going to be around the 3 seed, I think that they're more likely to play either the Denver Broncos or the Los Angeles Chargers in that football game. Now, for me personally, guys, I would love to see the Pittsburgh Steelers go up against the Denver Broncos at home, where Russell Wilson, who, mind you, didn't get his chance to play in that game against the Broncos in Week 2 at Mile High Stadium, he would have his chance to not only play against Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and the Denver Broncos, but to end their season. How great would that be for QB1 here in Pittsburgh after this team right here is paying him over $30 million to play against them this year? Here are the reasons why I think the Steelers can beat the Denver Broncos this year. First of all, they beat them back in Week 2 on their home turf with Justin Fields, their backup quarterback. Once they get GP back, once they get TJ Watt back, once they get Deshaun Elliott back, and they have Russell Wilson at quarterback, I think that they can beat them by an even wider margin, especially because this game would most likely be played in Pittsburgh. Then also, the first-time playoff quarterbacks don't have a great playoff record in NFL history. So Bo Nix would be in his first playoff action. And honestly, I think that he's had a very overrated season. I think that he would make a lot of mistakes like he did in week 2 versus this Steelers defense, and I don't think it would be pretty for him in his first playoff action under those bright lights of the postseason. Then also, like I said, guys, Russ gets his chance to get some revenge. I mean, yes, it was nice to see the Steelers get him that game ball, that kind of petty game ball in week 2, but man, you know that Russell Wilson wants to go up against Sean Payton, shake his hand after ending his season. I would absolutely love to see this matchup in the postseason. But I certainly wouldn't mind playing the Chargers either. Okay, I think that the Chargers are a team that's maybe a year away from truly competing. I think that Greg Roman, their offensive coordinator, limits their passing attack because he's just got such a bland, vanilla, gross passing attack, and that affects Justin Herbert's production as well. So I think that their ceiling is capped, which of course would be good for the Pittsburgh Steelers playing against them in a home playoff game. Plus, it's a warm weather city team, guys. They play in a dome. They play in Los Angeles. There's no real way to prepare to play in the cold Pittsburgh weather in January. So if you have a home playoff game against Los Angeles, I think they have a really good chance of handling the elements better than LA can. Also, the Steelers beat the Chargers earlier in the season with Justin Fields, just like they did against the Denver Broncos. And I do think the Chargers' lack of weaponry in the wide receiver room right now would be a big problem for them in this game if they ended up playing it. So let me know down there in the comments section, who would you like the Pittsburgh Steelers to play in round 1 of the playoffs this year? Would you rather play the Broncos? Would you rather play the Chargers? Would you rather play somebody else? Let me know down there in the comments section what you guys have to say about that for today's pinned comment. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by letting me know who you want to play in round 1. Now, before we get into the rest of this week's AFC primer for your Pittsburgh Steelers, let's have a word from our sponsor here at PrizePicks. And PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action all on your phone this football season. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 player stat projections for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And when my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Join now because this holiday season, PrizePicks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Picksmas is what they're calling it here. So let's take a look here at some projections I have for the CFB playoff this weekend. I'm taking the more on rush yards for Nico. I don't, however you say his last name. They got the more on Will Howard interceptions there. I think Will Howard in that OSU offense, a little bit in shambles. I'm going to take them to get the more interceptions there. So I'll download the PrizePicks app today if you haven't already and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup when you download the PrizePicks app today. PrizePicks, run your game. So speaking of teams that the Steelers could potentially play either as the home team or even as the away team here, depending on who wins the division in the first round of the playoffs, I honestly wouldn't mind playing the Ravens either. Okay, and the reason for that is that the Steelers, as you guys all know, have done a really good job against the Ravens over the last 5 seasons or so. So you take a look here, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won 8 of their last 9 games versus the Baltimore Ravens. All right, a lot of them are low-scoring affairs. The Steelers just find a way to win these games, man. Plus, Lamar Jackson has really struggled in his career versus Mike Tomlin defenses ever since he entered the National Football League. And really, guys, playing this team and ending their season, there's nothing really much sweeter than going up against the Ratbirds in the postseason and ending their season. Just ask the 2008 AFC Championship team there, guys. That was one of the best games of all time, and seeing that Ravens team have to go home was certainly something special. Maybe the same thing can happen here in 2024. So I'm also not scared of the Houston Texans much either. So the only way that I think that you're going to be really playing Houston is if the Ravens somehow win the division here, and then the Steelers are the, what would it be, the 5th seed playing the 4th seed in the Texans on the road. So listen, man, I think that Pittsburgh's pass rush with TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, Cam Hayward, Keanu Benson, they can absolutely rip this offensive line a new one. Plain and simply, guys, they don't have good players on this line outside of maybe Laramie Tunsil, who's getting older, by the way, but the interior has been an absolute mess this year, putting C.J. Stroud under pressure a ton. Stroud himself is putting the ball in harm's way a lot more this year. He's one of the highest turnover-worthy play percentages in football this year. And honestly, guys, their defense gives up a lot of explosive pass plays. With George Pickens expected to be back in the lineup by this time, I think George Pickens could have an absolute field day against the Houston Texans. So honestly, guys, not too scared of this team either. And, I know that a lot of people think that the Kansas City Chiefs are unbeatable. I understand why they think that. They're two-time champions. They've won 3 out of the last 4 Super Bowls. They're a great team, plain and simply, guys, and there's no denying that. But I like how Pittsburgh matches up with this football team, namely because the Steelers' pass rush on the edge is so good, and Kansas City's offensive tackles have been a major issue, not just this season, but in years past as well. Remember that time where they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl? The offensive line, in particular the offensive tackles, were a major issue for that team, and what happened? They lost in a playoff game. I think going up against a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have guys like T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, and Nick Herbig on the edge, could be a major problem for Kansas City in a playoff environment. Also, Kansas City doesn't put up a lot of points, so it's going to be a close game, and Mike Tomlin currently leads current NFL head coaches that have coached at least 3 seasons in win percentage in 1-score games. All right, so Mike Tomlin is excellent and very comfortable in these scenarios, and most of the time the Steelers come out on top. Now, the team that does scare me a little bit, if I'm being honest with you guys, is the Buffalo Bills. All right, plain simply, that team is on a heater. Josh Allen is the MVP of the league as far as I'm concerned. And, I think that, this is a team that ended the Steelers season last year. And I think they very well could do it again if you have to play them in the postseason. Like I said, guys, Josh Allen can wreck any game that he plays in, either with his legs or with his arm. He can just take over a game with his skill set. There's not many quarterbacks in the league that can do that. Also, this pass rush absolutely obliterated Broderick Jones in that preseason game that they played against us all the way back in August. And I know what you're going to say, Jack, that's just a preseason game. But Broderick Jones was freaking trying in that game, and that was not a good showing for BJ. Then we get to the final point here, which is that Buffalo would likely have home field advantage. Right now, they have an 11-3 record. I don't necessarily see the Steelers passing them up before the end of the season, so you have to go to Buffalo with all those other disadvantages. If there's one team that I think that can definitely beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in a postseason game this year, it is the Buffalo Bills. Now, when I look at the entire AFC playoff picture, I think that there's 4 teams in this conference that can go to New Orleans as this conference's representative in this year's Super Bowl. Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and Baltimore are the 4 teams I could realistically see winning the conference this year. And honestly, guys, I think that Pittsburgh is right in the mix. So what say you guys? Let me know down there in the comments section. What is the % chance that the Steelers win the AFC conference this year and go to New Orleans as the AFC's representative in this year's Super Bowl? Put it on a scale of 0, meaning there's no way they get to the Super Bowl this year, to 100, meaning pack your bags, we're going to New Orleans. My answer to this, guys, I'm going to give them about, a 25% shot. All right, I have 4 teams that I think could realistically get there, but honestly, with the Ravens' defense not playing as well this year and Lamar Jackson's playoff history, I think their chances are a little bit lower. I'd probably put Kansas City and Buffalo's chances slightly higher than Pittsburgh's, but I feel very comfortable putting Pittsburgh's chances at a 1-4 shot of making it to the Super Bowl this year, because you got Russell Wilson. When George Pickens is paired with Russell Wilson on the same offense, this offense is top 3 in the league in yards per game. All right, plus they put up a lot of points. So I think that once you get GP back, this offense is going to be humming again. Then the defense, as we know, can absolutely wreck the game in any game that they play. So I think the Steelers do have a fighting chance to make it to New Orleans this year. But step 1 is winning the division, which the Steelers can do this weekend if they can beat the Baltimore Ravens. And we are going to be going live right here on Steelers Talk, breaking down that football game with an hour-long pregame show, followed by instant reaction and live play-by-play during the game. And then I got extensive post-game coverage as well. So hopefully we can celebrate an AFC North championship here in 2024 here in the city of champions, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really do appreciate all of your guys' support. Until next time, guys, here we go, Steelers. Kind of a fun segment there, Mr. Coop.
Oh, yeah, that's a solid one.
Kind of a fun segment to do there.
If I had to rank them right now, I would say the Steelers are the 3rd most likely in the AFC. I'm still going to give the edge to both Kansas City and Buffalo. That's not to say the Steelers couldn't beat either of those teams, but if I had to rank them right now, I would put them third behind those two.
Yeah, I would probably go. So it really does depend, man, about Kansas City and the offensive tackle issue. Because last year, the issue was receiver, right?
Yeah.
This year, it's offensive line.
Their offensive line's a joke.
And we have seen Kansas City's season be derailed before because of offensive line problems. All right, so that concerns me a lot, especially now that Mahomes has that ankle injury and his mobility might be decreased. I honestly think that if they face even a Houston Texans team that have two really good edge rushers, the Chargers might be a problem for them with their edge rushing group. The Steelers, even Buffalo, who has Von Miller and Greg Rousseau. I feel like Kansas City, it's gonna be a problem going up against some of these teams with elite edge rushers.
No, that's definitely their biggest problem for sure. I just refuse to bet against Mahomes until he proves me otherwise.
And I certainly get that argument for sure, man. I completely get it. He's won three of the last
four.
And he's won 2 straight. So I completely get that
Shut up,
argument.
Morgan!
Morgan Hoover wants us to spin that wheel again because the Steelers are winning on Saturday. I hope you're right, Morgan. So we'll send that. That's not right. Oh, what is this?
So I believe it's Danish currency.
So Michael Hansen coming in with a one.
Michael, you can confirm this, but I believe it's Danish.
Is this Danish right
Denmark.
here, Michael? But it's a $10, right?
$10.
It's $10, but it's $100 in Danish, I believe. Says I would love to see Lamar Jackson benched on Saturday and an important Steelers win. Completely agree, Michael. We'll spin the wheel for you, see if you're naughty or nice. Make sure you tune in on Saturday.
I know Michael put in a flag earlier. I believe it's Danish, but confirm that for us.
Okay, yeah.
Either way, watching from Europe, 7 hours ahead, it's midnight over there.
I mean, Michael.
That's a real one.
That's a real one right there, Michael. Watching the Steelers Talk live show at midnight. Go to bed, Michael.
Seriously.
Man. Come on now. But first, let's see if you're naughty or nice. Let's spin the wheel first here.
This one's for Morgan.
This one's for Morgan. So we'll spin the wheel for Morgan here. Hopefully it's not naughty again. I'd feel bad if it's naughty. Oh!
Let's go!
There's 4 raffle tickets. Well, 4 total, including the one from earlier.
Yes, sir.
So, Morgan, you have 4 entries into the jersey raffle on Saturday. Oh, Pickens Prod says that's $13.
Okay, nice. Good to know.
Okay. So, Morgan, congratulations. I don't know what you did. Maybe sending in the second super chat was enough to tip the scales from naughty list to nice list.
To nice.
So, I mean, all I'll say is that you're walking on a tightrope there, Morgan.
All right, Michael.
All right, Michael.
Oh, no.
Watching that. Oh, no. Oh, no, Michael.
We'll give Michael another free spin. He's watching from freaking Europe.
All right, Michael, because you're watching us from Denmark, it sounds like. It's midnight there. We'll give you one more spin. All right, come on, Michael. We want it to be nice. Come on. Oh, hey!
Let's go.
Michael gets the 3 raffle tickets for Saturday. Michael, I know it's going to be late for you on Saturday night.
Yeah,
but,
that's a 10:30 p.m. kickoff in Europe.
10:30 p.m. kickoff
Could
for
be
the
worse.
Steelers. But
imagine if it was the Sunday night game. It'd be 2 a.m.
Yeah, true that, man. So, Michael, you'll have 3 raffle tickets for the raffle on Saturday. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Let's go, baby.
All right, so where are we at? So we're at 5:30.
Did we?
And we passed 100.
Did we hit John's?
John
Gamrod?
No, I don't think we did.
All right. So we got to hit John's as well.
John, we need to spin the wheel for you. John Gamrod, he's a first-time super chatter, too. He says, let's go, Pittsburgh, all the way. Coop, let's give him some Ric Flair drip. Woo! John, appreciate you. We'll spin the wheel for you.
All right, John.
And let's see if John is naughty or nice.
Got me feeling nicey.
Got me feeling nicey. Ooh!
Ooh!
Let's see, John.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh, John. Uh-oh, John. Sorry, John. I wish I could get...
The mercy of the wheel.
You know what? We'll spin it one more time.
We'll spin it.
Because he's a first-time super chatter.
We'll spin it one more time.
First-time super chatter, so we'll give him one more spin here. Come on, John. Come on, John. Hug your mom or something.
Go.
No. Oh, I'm sorry, John. That's just one raffle ticket for you, but I appreciate the 10. Hope you watch on Saturday. But hey, man, even if you're on the naughty list today, Coop, you still get a deal because it takes $20 on the watch party to get even one raffle ticket.
That's right.
So if you just donate $10 on today's show, no matter what, you're getting half off a raffle ticket for Saturday. So, John, appreciate you. Good try, John. We tried, man. We spun it twice for you. And he says it's all gravy.
Appreciate you, John.
All right, so John says, love you guys. Joe, love you too, John. Love you too, man. Maybe that will get him into the nice list because he said he loves us.
We love you, John.
We love you, John. All right, so our live watch party, guys, it's going to be at 3:30 p.m. On Saturday on the East Coast. Okay, so wherever you are, Central Time Zone, Western Pacific Time Zone, Hawaiian Time Zone. Is that Europe, if you're in Denmark, 3:30 p.m. Eastern is when we're going live. All right, so we got an hour of pregame coverage, live play-by-play of the entire game, an instant reaction to everything that happens, and then extensive postgame as well. So can't wait to share with you guys. Hopefully we get to burn another Ravens hat for. I'm not gonna burn because I'm a little stitious, as Michael Scott would say. So I'm not gonna burn their hat until their season is over.
Until they get eliminated?
Until they're done. Because I don't want to sweep them, burn their hat,
and
then we play them in the playoffs and we lose. That's the last thing I want to do. So we burned a Ravens hat last year, and if we beat them thrice, we'll burn a hat.
I want to burn Trader Joey.
Trader Joey, man, is unbelievable.
What a joke.
He also has a new nickname in the office that we won't repeat because it's that naughty.
Can't do it.
But I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, that's going to be it for the show, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. We will see you guys on Saturday. Actually, I said if we got to 100 likes, we'd give away a free raffle.
Let's do it.
So I'm going to give one raffle spin here to my man, Pickens Prods, because he's been very helpful to us today. Pickens Prods has been telling people to like the video. He told us about the Danish currency. He's been very helpful. So Pickens Prods, I'm giving you a free wheel spin here. Naughty or nice? Let's find out. Let's see, Pickens Prods.
Let's
go! Hey, man, Pickens Prods has been helping us out all show long. He deserves to be on the nice list. Pickens Prods, you got 3 raffle tickets for Saturday's game. That's good stuff right there. And that's going to be the end of our show today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here this afternoon. We'll see you guys on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to watch the Steelers, hopefully, secure another AFC North title. So, Coop, you got anything else you want to say?
Let's go Steelers.
Go Steelers. All right, we'll see you guys on Saturday. Until then, here we go, Steelers.
Adios.